Lon Cambria, Aberystwyth to Shrewsbury. A challenging 112-mile journey through the spectacular scenery of mid-Wales. Part 1 of 2. Aberystwyth, Rhayader. 2 days cycling both directions in stages. Although we were riding our Bambuck tandem trike, this account will be useful to anyone contemplating a cycle tour along this scenic but tough route. In our case, we effectively completed the Lon Cambria in both directions, in stages, travelling out and back to base over 6 days. As we were unassisted, a couple of rides were relatively short, as there was a need to shuttle our campervan between 3 separate campsites. Our cycling total was 242 miles 390 kilometers with 23,460 feet 7,150 meters of often challenging hill climbing. If you are contemplating riding this route, you need to be aware that there are a few sections of the official route that may be difficult, or impassable, particularly if on a trike or heavily loaded tourer. There is always an easy alternative bypass. East of Aberystwyth, alongside the Afon Ystwyth, a section of the trail is closed, due to riverbank erosion. Although a long-term issue, there is no diversion information provided. A pleasant, fast-rolling alternative is to divert onto the A485 and take the B4575 through the village of Llanellar. A few miles east in the same Ystwyth Valley, NCR 81 diverts upwards to follow over a mile of elevated trail along a long-abandoned railway. It is a rather pointless diversion and may be unsuitable for many riders. The route is time-consuming, muddy, overgrown, debris-strewn and obstructed by fallen trees. The western end approach is straightforward via a steep 25% metalled lane. At the eastern end, access up and down the precipitous hillside is via a steep, eroded, exposed, debris-strewn, narrow footpath. Be warned, the footbridge at its bottom is too narrow for trikes. We had to drag ours by wading the deep and rocky ford. Unless you are a dedicated mountain biker, or have a preference for riding decidedly crap surfaces, consider opting for the easy rolling quiet B4340, which is a short, fast and pleasant option. We quickly discovered that the narrow Montgomery Canal towpath to be impassable for our trike. On the hottest afternoon of the year, and with an alternative of 14 miles each way along the busy A483, we abandoned the ride, and had a picnic by the canal side. 2 days later, we completed this relatively short link between Newtown and Welshpool by looping south, avoiding most of the A483. Day 0. A short evening ride from Midfield campsite on the outskirts of town to the official start at Aberystwyth Sea Front. Easy cycling, largely on good standard cycle paths. 8.22 miles 13.2 kilometers, 650 feet, 198 meters of climbing. Day 1. Midfield campsite to east of Pont Rhayader Groes. Only 33.5 scenic miles, there and back, but slow going, with plenty of climbing, often via rough vehicle tracks. Partway along, a section of NCR 81 is closed due to riverbank erosion, but there is an easy diversion via the quiet B4575. Further east, an elevated section of NCR 81 follows a debris-strewn disused railway. Over a mile of this densely forested trail took us best part of an hour to negotiate. At its end, once down the steep eroded footpath, we found it impossible to retreat back up, dragging the heavy tandem trike. Trapped on the wrong side of a narrow footbridge, we had no option but to wade the river ford. The quiet and easy rolling B4340 on the other side of the valley is a much better option for most cyclists. Knowing that the following day's cycling from Rhayader would be challenging, we returned back to base at a point where the last of the forest tracks joined the B4574. It was much faster and easy riding on the return leg, particularly after avoiding the river ford and debris-strewn forest trail. (33.5 miles, 54 kilometers, 4,347 feet, 1325 meters of climbing. was time to turn back. Day 2. Out and back from Elan Oaks campsite, near Rhayader, as far as the terminus of Day 1. Easily the highlight of the whole tour, but with plenty of big hills, a day of splendid cycling with magnificent vistas. From Rhayader, NCR 81 follows the route of a tramway once used in the construction of the reservoir dams. The trail has a tarmac surface up to the lower dam above Elan village. Alongside the reservoir, NCR 81 follows a roughish track. We quickie opted to use the deserted easy rolling road running parallel. Where NCR 81 follows a trail alongside Pen Agareg Reservoir, we opted for the quiet road on the other side of the valley. Although hillier and more elevated, the highway offers much superior views and is recommended. Thereafter, there are plenty of long ups and downs, but the scenery makes it all worthwhile. Once at the terminus of the previous day, it was a long uphill slog back. The climb and descent back to Rhayader via Glan Lyn is a thoroughly enjoyable ride option. "39 miles 63 kilometers. 5,613 feet, 1711 meters, of climbing." This location was the terminus from the previous day, leaving nothing left to do but cycle all the way back.